Mr. John Kudalo confirmed Inspector General of Police.
Ghana and United States signed Security Governance Initiative to boost security.
And police raid headquarters of Uganda's main opposition party in the capital, Kampala.
Good evening to you and welcome to News Hour on GBC24. My name is Gifty Eji.
Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Akpene Avo Ajaja. Robert Frimpomans is also here with us. He'll do the sign language translation of the news.
Now the stories. The Electoral Commission has suspended the 18-member Election Steering Committee following complaints that some of the members are partisan. The decision was taken at an emergency inter-party advisory committee IPAC meeting on Friday.
The EC set up the committee to ensure that the November election are held in a free and fair atmosphere. The EC therefore wrote to some state institutions to nominate individuals to serve on the committee. However, the neutrality of some of the members have been questioned by some political parties, hence the emergency IPAC meeting leading to the suspension of the committee.
And away from that story, the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service have debunked claims by teacher unions that they have failed to honor promises to settle arrears for salary and allowances. The organizations revealed on Friday that so far, over 6,000 people have received their arrears and disclosed, adding that over 8,000 are yet to be paid due to discrepancies discovered during the validation of the document. At a news conference in Accra, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Mr. Jacob Kaur, said a balance of over 600,000 Ghana cedis is available to settle the arrears once documents have been verified, and he urged the teacher unions to rescind their decision to down their tools.
Since last year, the teachers' unions have been raising concerns about their working conditions. These include salary and allowances arrears. According to teachers' unions in the country, the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service have failed in their promise of settling them, hence the threat to go on strike by the end of this month. But according to the Ministry of Education, a working group was instituted to work on the arrears and payment has already started.
Unfortunately, when the process started, it was detected that some teachers were holding fake documents, including certificates to support their claims, whilst others were not at post. This is confirmed by the fact that out of the 14,575 input forms that were initially submitted for processing and payment, 6,268 were found to be genuine, with all the supporting documents, while the remaining 8,307 input forms were queried by the audit service.
The Ghana Education Service says fake documents is to be blamed for the delay that has characterized the payment of the arrears.
In the meantime, all the 6,268 teachers whose claims were validated have since January 1st, 2016 been duly paid. It is therefore not true that no arrears have been paid as the public is made to believe.
The Ministry of Education is calling on teachers' unions in the country to rescind their decision of embarking on strike, but has rather advised the unions to ensure that all claims submitted are supported with appropriate and genuine documents to avoid delays.
Mr. John Kudalo has been sworn in as the Inspector General of Police. Mr. Kudalo has 20 years' experience in the police service. Until his appointment, Mr. Kudalo was Police Commissioner in charge of operations. Napoleon Atokito reports.
Mr. John Kudalo, who has been acting since last December as Inspector General of Police, is now confirmed. He was sworn into the substantive position by President John Mahama at the Flagstaff House. He succeeded Mohamed Alassane. Straight away, the president talked about the recent motor accident at Kintampo in the Browafo region. He urged the police to take a critical look at the incident and take measures to avoid such tragedies. The event was attended by the Vice President, Mr. Pakwesi Emisa Arthur, who heads the Police Council.
We are reputed to be one of the countries, together with several African countries, to have the highest rate of deaths from accidents. And a lot of it is as a result of driver error because of poor training. And a lot of it is also as a result of technical faults with the vehicles. And so the standard of maintenance of vehicles, leaves much to be desired. I know you are still investigating, but there are all kinds of rumors about brake failure and all that. And so I believe that working with the transport organizations, we should see how we can bring down the rate of accidents in our country.
The IGP, Mr. John Kudalo, said the police will be on top of issues, especially on the key question of security and peace in this year's elections. The new IGP assumes the reins at the time when the police service is at the crossroads. The institution is praised by many for its modern approach to work, but suffer the allegations that calls its professionalism into question.
In a related development, motor accident, armed robbery and murder are some of the challenges facing the police. As to how crime will be contained, the new IGP, Mr. John Kudalo, said the police have been doing a good job so far but still need public support to be able to deal with the situation.
The media asked the IGP a number of questions after he was sworn in by the president. One of these was alleged unprofessional handling of the gun by the police.
We are training them and we ensure that those who go on duty adhere to instructions. Because before you fire, this most senior man must give instructions. Don't just go and fire, but as a human institution, there are some miscreants who are totally happy or want to ensure that, but that is very bad. And we will try as much as possible to ensure that these things are minimized.
A gunman in the president's church, the murder of an MP, caches of ammunition discovered to have been smuggled into the country, and other such heinous crimes are issues the public might be worried about.
The flower was unraveled. Most of those ammunition there were not those that we used to call havoc, but they were more of game, bullets for gaming. And then the commercial ones were able to unravel that cache. The one who made the attempt on the president's church also arrested. It means that we are up and doing. All these things can happen in any society. The most important is that are we able to apprehend the culprits. Unfortunately, what happened in the MP's compound, which we are working on the list that we have, we made some arrests, and I'm sure that all that is humanly possible or policeman-likely possible, as we say in our parlance. We all want to get to the bottom of this and see and hope and pray that we can be able to unravel it, because it's a case very dear to my heart and any police officer for that matter.
The IGP also commented about indiscipline within the police service.
I've set a task force which goes around ensuring that people are disciplined. They've made some discoveries, and I'm sure that my PRO put it on board very soon so that exactly we are serious about what we are saying and we are backing words with action.
The IGP, whose previous schedule was operations, is all too familiar with the situation on the ground, and the public expects him to do more to clamp down on crime and work to reduce motor accidents.
President John Mahama is expected to deliver the State of the Nation address in Parliament next week, Thursday. Majority Leader Alban Gbagbin made the announcement on Friday when he presented the business statement of the House for next week. Prior to Mr. Mahama's address, the Finance Minister, Mr. Seth Tekbe, has been asked to brief the House on the operations of savings and loans and microfinance companies, with particular reference to the development in the Bonahafo region.
And away from that story, Ghana and the United States have signed a security governance initiative. The agreement will span over 3 years and represent a comprehensive approach to improving security. Ghana is the 5th African country to initiate such a deal with the U.S. Foreign Affairs Minister Hannah Tete signed on behalf of Accra, whilst the U.S. Ambassador in Ghana, Robert Porter Jackson, initialed the deal for Washington.
The 6 African countries that have signed the Security Governance Initiative, SGI, agreed with the United States are Ghana, Kenya, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, and Tunisia. As part of the initiative, a Joint Country Action Plan, or JCAP, was developed between these 6 countries. The JCAP is an important part of the SGI approach to improving security and supporting the government of Ghana in its ability to provide security and justice to its citizens. Following the signing of this agreement, both countries will begin developing activities to support efforts in the area of maritime security, border management, and cyber security. Ghana will receive $3 million each year for the next 3 years to facilitate the said activities. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Madam Hannah Tete, says Ghana hopes to come out with stronger institutions to fight crime and provide adequate security for its citizenry.
A 35-year-old man, Akwesi Ganu, has killed his parents and 3 others at Asenko Farm in the central region. Akwesi Ganu, who is believed to be mentally unstable, launched the attack on his family on Thursday evening. The Divisional Crime Officer for Asenfosu, DSP John Kofi, who confirmed the incident, said a 6th victim, however, survived the attack and is receiving treatment at the St. Francis Xavier Hospital at Asenfosu. Earlier in the day, GBC24's Central Regional Correspondent, Kinsley Nanabwedu, gave details of the incident.
It was around 8 o'clock, according to police, when they got information that there is this one Akwesi Ganu, who is suspected to perhaps have some mental derailment, had entered into his own house, butchered his mother, father, 2 siblings, and the landlord, including the landlord's son, who is 6 years old. So, according to the report, the 6-year-old, who is still not dead, the confirmation that we are just having from the police in our friend's house, came out with some blood oozing all over. So we met some few people who rushed inside with the boy inside the house and found about 5 people dead lying down there. The town people mounted a search, and they found him at his abode in a certain bush nearby. That is where, according to the report, he's been residing for some months now. When he came from Winneba, that's the Winneba prison, the townspeople got hold of the man. They started also beating him, and before bringing him back to the town, where he was confirmed dead by the Asenfosu St. Xavier Hospital. The police have not confirmed to us whether they have made arrests.
Now back to the capital. Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur has reiterated government's resolve to continue to resource the Ghana Armed Forces to be able to perform its role of maintaining security and providing leadership in the region's fight against terrorism. This comes in the wake of transnational crimes and terrorism. Mr. Arthur made the statement at this year's WASA, an annual get-together in Accra.
WASA in a local parlance means to play, yet it is an occasion when officers and men of the security services meet the defense minister and the top hierarchy of the executive to interact, dine and share ideas on upping national security. This year's WASA saw representatives of sister security agencies and defense attachés of various countries and retired officers in attendance, since their core mandate is to protect Ghana's territorial integrity and security by land, sea and air, especially in this era when transnational organized crimes are commonplace. Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur observed that it was not enough to build edifices for the forces. The onus was on government to also periodically kit and develop the human resource of the officers and men to be ahead of any internal or external aggressors.
We have heard reports that the Ghana Navy has helped avert a ferry disaster near Yeji. We thank the officers and men and ratings of the Ghana Navy for the work that they have done. The Air Force's work in evacuating injured people I have already referred to, and I hope that in the year that we have just started, the military will continue to provide the civilians with the support that only a disciplined force can provide.
Some outstanding civilian workers in 2015 were honored, while an officer and a man who topped in the Chief of Defense Staff's essay competition were also honored. Nto Bibini Nto, GBC24, Accra.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, business will be next. Stay with us.
Hello, welcome and good evening. It's time for the business segment of the news. I am Dorothy Ajamine. Societe Generale Ghana is the latest to pitch camp at the flashy airport city, a 43-acre land designated arguably for high net worth companies and individuals. The bank's latest branch at the prestigious address comes with unique features that satisfies the needs of customers in and around the airport city.
It goes without saying that any company that acquires a piece of the splash airport city is counted among the avant-garde in the league of companies in the country. For many companies, a space at the airport city reflects their status and financial muscle. But Societe Generale Ghana says a branch at the expensive airport city is fueled by necessity and not competition. The new airport city branch has a full privilege lounge that provides unique banking services to customers, a queue management system, MoneyGram and Western Union money remittance, and a welcome desk. The branch will also have a smart corner, which will allow customers to transact business online. At the official opening of the branch, the board chair, Kofi Ampim, described the airport city as a strategic location.
Airport City and its environs are occupied by corporate, small and medium-scale enterprises, and high net worth individuals. Therefore, the bank decided to build a boutique and customer-friendly branch to serve the needs of this special community with modern, efficient banking services. Our objective is to build customized branches to cater for the particular needs of each community we serve.
The managing director of SG Ghana, Sionli Yeo, revealed future branches will be modeled on the Airport City branch.
Quite a new layout at the first branch in our network that is like this. But it's a model. We are going to copy the model. All our new branches will be fitted this way. And even we'll see how far we can renovate the previous branches, existing branches. So it's a model to be duplicated.
With a network of 41 branches nationwide, SG Ghana hopes to expand its territory with the establishment of 1 or 2 branches this year.
Moving on, the Bank of Ghana is set to publish good corporate governance guidelines for the banking industry. The central bank says although some banks are already implementing sections of the guidelines, there's still the need to roll it out on standard regulations for all banks. Key among the rules will be the capping of the tenure of chief executives of banks.
The possibility of capping the tenure of CEOs, ensuring that non-executive directors are in the majority on every board, ensure that all banks have at least 2 minimum board subcommittees, especially audit and risk, and that audit and risk committees should be chaired by non-executive directors. We also ensure that under the new corporate governance guidelines, the independence of non-executive directors shall be upheld at all times. Cross-directorship will be discouraged, and we will seek to get from every bank an annual evaluation of every director's contribution to the growth of the bank.
On the interbank market, the cedi lost its value against the pound sterling and the dollar. Against the pound sterling, the local currency dipped by 5 pesos and lost a peso against the dollar. The cedi, on the other hand, maintained its value against the euro to trade at 4 cedis, 32 pesos. Up next is the board. Ending the trading week, cocoa increased in price to sell at $2,886. Light crude, however, dipped by 67 cents to sell at $30.10 a barrel. Gold also decreased in price to close the day's trade at $1,221.80 an ounce. This segment was brought to you by Airtel, SIC and Ernest Chemist. We'll be back after this break.
Welcome back. In health, the Eastern Regional Health Directorate has been speaking of a reduction in maternal mortality for 2015 compared to the previous year. Additionally, supervised delivery in the region also dropped. The Eastern Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Mrs. Charity Sapon, attributed the development to some initiatives introduced by the Directorate, which included the implementation of the PICAM strategy, which aims at ensuring that no woman dies whilst giving birth.
The review meeting was themed Enhancing Maternal and Neonatal Born Survival, Sustaining PICAM. PICAM is an acronym which stands for Passion, Innovation, Commitment, Compassion, and Accountability for Maternal and Neonatal Health. This initiative is intended to ensure that no woman dies whilst giving birth. PICAM was launched in November last year as a new strategy for responding to maternal, neonatal and child death statistics presented at the first Maternal and Neonatal Conference in Koforidua. The review meeting was to help the service to identify its challenges, trumpet its achievements, and come out with a way forward for 2016. It is also to acknowledge the immense contributions of stakeholders in health delivery in the region. In solidarity message, a communications specialist from UNICEF, Madame Surangani Abeyi-Sikira, indicated that UNICEF has helped train about 500 health personnel in interpersonal communication skills aimed at bringing them closer to clients.
There is much to be done, but as we have also made giant strides in the right direction over the years. The new and the revised tools to monitor and report on behavior related indicators have now been uploaded onto DIMS.
A program officer at the Reproductive Health, Mr. Terence Ada Balenia, lauded the Ghana Health Service for its contribution to family planning, including the use of contraceptives, which now has a national coverage of 22%. The Eastern Regional Director of Health Service, Dr. Mrs. Charity Sapon, noted that teenage pregnancies have also reduced from 13,500 in 2013 to 12,750 in 2014. It also reduced by a further 500 last year. She, however, expressed worry that communicable diseases continue to increase.
It is alarming to note that non-communicable diseases, with particular emphasis on hypertension and diabetes, continue to increase over the years in our region. This calls for urgent strategies to arrest the trend, and as the health sector, we will come out with strategies in 2016 to help address this unfortunate incidents.
The Deputy Eastern Regional Minister Designate, Madam Mavis Amafrimpong, was of the view that the 39% contraceptive use target for the region is achievable. She said that would also help in the reduction of teenage pregnancies.
I have confidence in you that together, if we can mobilize the effort, community effort, get all stakeholders to be involved in our effort to reduce adolescent pregnancy and reduce teenage pregnancy, we will be able to hit our target in the area of maternal and neonatal health.
The Ghana Health Service promises its commitment to improving health delivery in the country.
And that was health. Coming up is the international stories.
Welcome back. It's still News Hour Live on your all news channel GBC24. In the international segment, police have raided the headquarters of Uganda's main opposition party in the capital Kampala, a day after tightly contested presidential elections. The reason for the raid is still unclear. The leader of the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, Kizza Besigye, is President Yoweri Museveni's main challenger in the election. Mr. Museveni is running for a fifth term after 30 years in power. Official results show he is in the lead with 62% of the vote, while Mr. Besigye is 33%, with around a quarter of the votes counted. Voting is still taking place in a handful of places where the late arrival of election materials meant that polling stations did not open on Thursday.
And the Kenya Wildlife Service is hunting for at least 4 lions which have escaped from the Nairobi National Park. The lions escaped not long after midnight and were spotted on the main road in the city by morning. Nairobi residents have been urged to stay away and report any further sightings to a free telephone line. The park is separated by a main road from densely populated neighborhoods in the south of the city. Helicopters are now being used to trace and track the escapees, thought to include 3 lions and a lioness. There has been confusion about exactly how many lions are on the loose.
American fighter jets have carried out airstrikes in Libya targeting the self-styled Islamic State group. The U.S. military says it targeted a senior Tunisian militant linked to 2 major attacks in Tunisia last year. Reports say around 30 or 40 people, most said to be ISIL recruits, have been killed. The overnight raid centered on a house not far from Tripoli at Sabratha. An official in the town said the house that was hit was completely destroyed, adding that most of the dead were Tunisians who were probably ISIL members. The air raid is said to be significant and to have been driven by intelligence. And that's it for the international segment. We'll be back shortly with sports.
Good evening, let's talk sports. I'm Theophilus Sampa. We are being powered by Ejapia's Tornado Bitters and Lunat. The grand finale of the Ghana Rugby Club Championship is set for this Saturday at the Accra Sports Stadium. One-time champions Dansoman Hurricanes will clash with new entrant Congress RFC.
The Ghana Rugby Club's championship will be climaxed tomorrow at the Accra Sports Stadium. After 9 weeks of back-to-back actions, Dansoma Hurricanes and Conquerors SC will clash for the ultimate. The two sides are more than ready for the clash. All teams have had good preparations and morale in their camps are at a crescendo. Dansoma Hurricanes denied defending champions Cosmos Buffaloes a place in the finals after winning the Titanic semi-final clash last Saturday. The unbeaten Conquerors Sporting Club also defeated Ida Sports in the second semi-finals. Pundits say nothing but the best will be seen on Saturday. Prior to the finals, a festival of rugby will be held with a display from some school children, the ladies, and a third and fourth place match before the grand finale. Officials say the day will be full of fun as gates will be free with lots to eat and drink interspersed with good music.
2015-2016 Cowbank Beach Soccer League enters Match Day 17 on Saturday at the Laboma Beach Soccer Arena. African Angels have vowed to stop league leaders Sunset Sports when the two clash in the top of the table encounter. Another exciting weekend awaits lovers of beach soccer as the Week 17 fixtures promises to be action-packed. The defending champions, Haveji Mighty Warriors, are hoping to catch up with leaders Keita Sunset Sports. Haveji seems to have found their spark despite an almost 7-week layoff from the Cowbank Beach Soccer League due to the holidays. They have vowed to unseat the leaders this weekend by picking the 3 points at stake. A member of the Ghana Beach Soccer Association, Albert Frimpong, is rallying support for this weekend's matches.
Our young men have constantly proven to the world that they have what it takes to match the top guys in the world. So we've been through a few tournaments, competitions to Morocco, Seychelles, Uganda, South Africa, Nigeria, and every time the FIFA people who come there say positive things about Ghana. People praise Ghana. Recently, our player from Ghana was the goal king in Seychelles. All Africa, the goal king came from Ghana. Ghana has a lot. People are yet to see what Ghana is made up of.
Here are the fixtures for Week 17. Winneba Giants welcome Teshi United. Layoka Beach Soccer Club then battles Nima Beach Soccer Club. Tema United will lock horns with Wogbe. Nungwa Beach Soccer Club then takes on Haveji Beach Soccer Club. The Golden Eagles then lock horns with Sea Lions. Tegbi Youth settles matters with Adan Assurance. Gulf Powers then battles Dansoman Beach Soccer Club. African Angels then battles Sunset Sports. Let's cross carpet and go to Denmark, where Manchester United lost by 2-1 to Danish side Midtjylland in the first leg of their UEFA Europa League round of 32 tie. The Red Devils have now lost 4 games in a succession. In the US of A, the All-Star break is over and the NBA regular season is back in full flow with the various teams returning to action in their respective conferences. Here is a wrap-up of some of the games played. That's all for sports.
It's making rounds that toothpaste containing fluoride is harmful to the teeth. Yet the truth of the matter is that fluoride is an essential or harmful to the tooth, depending on the quantities consumed. Dental surgeon Ted Field unravels some common practices that are rather harmful to the teeth. A report by Sarah Ofuri.
A healthy teeth requires that
you need to clean the teeth and hopefully do that every day. Brushing your teeth, flossing's a good thing too.
In general, most toothpastes include abrasives, binders, foaming ingredients, humectants, detergents, flavors, colors, preservatives, fluoride, and water. Abrasives get the teeth clean, but high levels of abrasives may not be a good thing since they can harm the sensitivity of the teeth by weakening the enamel. Fluorides are known to prevent tooth decay. However, to what extent is this true?
In areas like Ghana, you need less fluoride than we do in the United States because you drink more water because it's hotter here. The average daily temperature is hotter, so the average person drinks more water. So you want to have fluoride in your water. You just don't want to have too much fluoride or it's actually can be bad for your teeth. But also having no fluoride is bad for your teeth, weakens your teeth.
It is worth noting that some types of fluoride may stain the tooth surface yellow or brown. Surfactant is also a detergent that also acts as the foaming agent in the toothpaste. There are also antibacterial agents. A word of caution though, its long-term use may cause antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Flavors such as mint is the most common flavor, along with peppermint, spearmint, and wintergreen. Humectants give toothpaste texture and help to retain moisture to keep it from drying out. Remineralization of toothpaste are to help strengthen the enamel, which is the outer surface of the tooth. Preservatives help prevent microorganisms from growing in toothpaste. Sweeteners are added to improve the taste of toothpaste, especially those containing the taste of sodium lauryl sulfate. Such sweeteners include saccharin, stevia, or xylitol. Titanium dioxide may also be used to make toothpaste white. No matter the quality or taste of toothpaste used, some people still experience tooth sensitivity.
Two good reasons why. Number one, when you get a cavity, it's literally a hole in the tooth. And inside the tooth, in the middle of the tooth, is where the nerve is. So if you make a hole in the outside of the tooth, now you drink something hot or cold, it can get very close to where the nerve is and make that nerve hurt. The other thing is some people get gum disease, periodontal disease, where the gum tissue recedes around the tooth and it exposes some of the root of the tooth that holds the tooth in, and there's not enamel on the outside of the tooth root to protect it. So again, when you get hot or cold on the root of a tooth where the gum tissue should be, that'll cause that tooth to be very sensitive also.
It is imperative for one to maintain healthy teeth. The question is, how does one achieve that?
Eating foods and drinking beverages that have sugars in them, like fruit juices, soft drinks, energy drinks, and foods that contain sugar. When you eat those things or drink those types of beverages, the best thing you can do is brush your teeth afterwards. If you don't, the bacteria in your mouth convert those sugars into acids, and the acids literally eat holes in your teeth over time.
It is best to avoid toothpaste with artificial dyes and colorants. Serofori, GBC24, Accra.
Coming up is Showbiz.
Welcome back to the news. In the arts and entertainment segment, Leroy Hudson is an American soul and R&B singer, songwriter, arranger, producer, and instrumentalist, best known as former lead singer of R&B vocal group The Impressions. His 1970s soul is captured in the June 29, 2006 issue of Rolling Stone magazine.
Lee was a member of the New Tongues, a four-man vocal group based in New Jersey. They won several talent shows during Lee's grammar school years. The other members of the New Tongues were Ronald Kane, Bernard Ransom, Ed Davis, and Ivan Jenkins.
Also in this segment, one has to get the right connections, networks, and right opportunities to achieve that feat. That is what a Ghanaian renowned designer Oswald Boateng has done. Though he has not officially declared his assets, his achievements place him among the millionaires in the world of fashion.
Wrapping up this bulletin of news, we look at the main stories again. The Electoral Commission has suspended the 18-member election steering committee following complaints that some of the members are partisan. The decision was taken at an emergency inter-party advisory committee IPAD meeting on Friday. The EC set up the committee to ensure that the November elections are held in a free and fair atmosphere.
Mr. John Kudalo has been sworn in as the Inspector General of Police. Mr. Kudalo has 20 years' experience in the police service. Until his appointment, he was Police Commissioner in charge of operations.
Ghana and the United States have signed a security governance initiative. The agreement will span over 3 years and represent a comprehensive approach to improving security.
And police have raided the headquarters of Uganda's main opposition party in the capital, Kampala, a day after tightly contested presidential elections. The reason for the security force action is still unclear.
Good night and thank you for watching GBC24.